Welcome back to Hype Lounge Podcast, episode number 7.
Boom, boom.
5 plus 2 equals 7.
Yes, that's correct. That's 10 minus 3, 5 plus 2. It's all the same, baby.
6 plus 1, you know what I'm saying? 0 plus 7.
Hell yeah.
Episode
Many
7.
ways to skin a cat. You feel me? Episode 7, numero 7. So we're going to do something a little bit different this time. We normally talk about very big focus on clothes, very big focus on fashion and resell and stuff like that. I think today we're just going to have an organic conversation.
I think it's still going to be organic with that stuff. I think it's just going to be like not so like prompted out, you know?
Yeah, we're just going to talk and hopefully give you guys the opportunity to get to know ourselves and, you know, our personalities and things like that. You know, maybe some of the things we've done this week and that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I actually have something to talk about.
So what have you done this week? What you got going on?
Well, actually, I'm on a shoe win streak right now.
Okay.
Of 2 pairs.
Okay.
So I just got
2 in a row?
Yeah, literally 2 in a row, right? Well, yeah, we'll say 2 in a row because like there was a shoe I tried for that like I couldn't get, but like we won't count that, you know.
Okay.
So like, I actually just had a pair land today. It was the Jordan 11 Cherries. Like, so you remember back in episode, which one was it? I think it was like 4 or 5. We talked about Memphis Nike getting robbed, their trailers getting robbed, and they had the Jordan 11 Cherries. Well, I ended up getting one of those shoes from Nike, so like cops can't be like, yo, like they stole them, you know.
That shit got stole.
But yeah, so they actually landed today, and oh my god, they're so nice. They're so nice. So
how do those look?
They have patent, like it's a red patent leather, and it's a white shoe with patent leather, and the soles are icy. So like they're
like the icy like gum bottom kind of.
Yeah. So let me show you a video for everyone who can't see. So yeah.
Oh, those are nice.
Those are super nice.
Yeah, those are sick.
Those are fire. I got them in a size 10, and I just wish like I kind of would have got a 10.5. You know what I'm saying? But like that would have been really tempting because I saw them and I was like, damn.
Oh yeah, because you want to wear them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those are sick.
That might be my 3rd purchase of the year.
Yeah.
Because like, why not?
You gonna wear some 10s? A size 10? You gonna scrunch up the toes just to rock them?
I'm gonna cut my big toe in half. I'm gonna cut the other ones so like they're just all even, so I don't even have to worry about it, you know.
Hell yeah. Detachable toes for better pricing on shoes.
Yes.
That's the future.
That should be the future. Like,
that's cool though. Those are sick. So what else did you win?
So I also just recently won the AMA Jordan 4s. So it's a violet ore, so it's like a really, really, really dark purple, and oh my god, I can't wait to see those in hand. They're insane.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds sick.
They're super sick. And Jordan 4s are popping right now. So like, you know,
popping off.
I think Jordan 4s have always been there. It's just like they just weren't really coming out with like nice colorways that people could like really attach to. I mean, you had like the Travis Scott collab with the powder blue 3 or 4s. That was a really nice collab. That kind of like got 4s, you know, bumping. But like then, because like Nike kind of does like phases where like they'll do a bunch of Jordan 1s, like last year with a bunch of Jordan 2s, going into this year, and they're still doing Jordan 2s, but like they're kind of like easing off now. It's like the Nike Dunks. Now it's, you know, the 4s. They're coming out with a bunch of 4s. Because, like, now you've the black canvases, the Canyon purples.
Yeah, they dropped, like, those purple and green ones a little bit ago.
Yeah, right. So, like, they did that, and now they're coming out with the collab with AMA. Like, and they're sick. I
saw them drop a couple SBs recently, too.
Yeah,
those look nice.
The Nike SB Huffs. San Francisco and New York. Those are the pairs that I couldn't get. I don't have luck getting Dunks. Like, I think I've only... Out of like all the Dunks I've tried for, which is Apparently not over 20, which is I think a lie. But I think I've hit like maybe 4 or 5 dunks over like ever since dunks have been popping. You know how many times they're about to do another re-release of the Panda Dunks. This is gonna be like number 15. Some shit
another
like
re-release.
So I've never been able to hit a pair for retail restock. The 10 restocks they've done, nothing. I'm like, how can I not hit a pair at all? Not one time.
I've tried for I want to say 6 or 7 pairs of dunks. Nothing. I haven't gotten anything.
They're so difficult to get. Yeah,
and I pressed buy like not even a second after,
Well, because boom. So like since it's a raffle system, you want to be in there before like the 3-minute mark, but like it's literally.
Oh, you want to be on the screen waiting?
I mean, you want to be on the screen waiting, but it doesn't matter when you join. Like, but you want to join like ASAP, like, because you want to get in it. Because like they do like Nike. Well, the sneakers app has like they do multiple release styles. So like their most common one is a Dan release, which is theoretically like a 3-minute raffle within like a certain amount of time. So like if the shoe drops at 10, you pretty much want to be in there between 10 and 10:01. And then like 10:03, 10:04, 10:05, they'll start like saying, "Oh, you won, you didn't win, blah blah blah." But
Yeah. Sorry, you didn't get it.
Yeah,
that's what it tells me every time.
Yeah, me too. And so, except for recently, like I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That's good.
And so
maybe there's an algorithm to it. Like the more you try,
I don't think so, because people would be winning left and right. Like there are some people who've had accounts for like 10 years. Yeah. So it's just like,
and they still have the same odds.
Yeah. There's I don't think there's a bump up. People have said that, but I don't think it's true.
Yeah.
Like there was a rumor that like if you like were like active like using Nike's like running app, like their health app, and like you paired it up with your sneakers account, like you'd have more of a chance. But like that's not true either, because people were doing that and they would be running like they would like literally run, do like their regular like workouts, jogging, whatever. And like they, then they try and then like they weren't winning.
Yeah,
like it didn't matter.
So it doesn't matter. It's just
I truly do not think it matters.
Press the buy button as quickly as possible and hope for the best.
Yeah, you want to be there and ready and go, because like the longer you wait, like the more chances the app can get like busted and it just like not work.
Yep. I did get that Supreme money hat though. I've had decent luck with the things that I've tried to get from Supreme.
I'm honestly just kind of waiting until the gumball machine.
The gumball machine?
Yeah.
Did you see that radio?
Yeah.
That radio was sick.
They just dropped a chair for $4,500.
Oh my god, I saw that, dude. I was like, what the hell? Does it rock?
No, it's just
like just a wooden ass chair.
Well, it's I'm assuming it's some like artistic designer, like someone who's like prominent in the art community or like that type of community, because it had to have been like a solo artist of some sort.
Yeah, because
I've never heard of the guy before, but like that doesn't mean anything that I haven't heard him. But like obviously he has a following. If Supreme's like, hey, we want you to do this, we want to do this with you, blah blah blah.
Yeah, if there's nothing like special like that to it, it's just a couple planks of wood for $4,500.
I mean,
that's a come up for them.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like 500. But I was like, oh, okay, so there's something artistic about it that kind of makes it.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a rocking chair or something.
I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's gonna be like maximum like 500. Damn, I was wrong.
Yeah, when I saw 4,500, I was like,
wrong. I was like, yo,
Lord.
What?
That's a lot.
But I don't know. Things right now are weird for Supreme. I think Supreme's trying to find, like, this season's doing well, but I think they're still trying to find their footing. Because like they do produce a lot of stuff right now, but hopefully the next season is a little bit less production, but other than that,
there's been a lot of oddball designs in this season from what I've seen. You know what I mean? Like a lot of different kind of stuff, you know.
So they're definitely changing up a little bit. I just would say stop producing so much, but like that's just like the seller in me.
Yeah.
You know.
like focus harder on fewer designs.
Well, no, like stop making 15,000 shirts and start making like 10,000 shirts.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like production numbers.
I see what you're saying.
Because like it's still like 10,000 still a lot, but like 15,000 just kind of like pushes over the edge,
Yeah.
Because like you don't.
Yeah, but the less that they sell, the less that they make. You know what I mean? So if they
in their eyes, yeah,
they don't want to make just as much as the people who are reselling them. You know what I mean? They want to make well more than that.
That's why I said it's a seller in me.
Yeah,
because like Supreme don't give a fuck what I do.
Yeah.
I don't care that I resell their shit. Like
you just want it to be easier to resell.
Yeah, like but like I want to wear something exclusive from time to time.
Yeah.
It's like if only 10,000 people have it instead of 15,000, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. It's like 5,000 people more exclusive.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, yeah, I mean their stock numbers are probably high, but. So I don't think Supreme's ever come out and be like, we're making 2 million of these right now, okay? Like, I don't think that's ever going to happen, I don't even think they know. I think they just like, boom, 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 Thursday here, okay. And then they just sell the extras in the shop.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay.
Yep. I saw a couple of things the past couple weeks that were okay.
I've been forgetting, or the things I've been trying to get have sold out. So I'm just like, shit. Like, I'm rusty.
They had a denim button-up jacket that was nice. It was blue, brown, and black colors.
Yeah, I hope they come out with more overalls because, like, man, it's hard out here, bro.
It's hard out here to get.
I literally talk about this in every episode, and it's hard out here, bro. I almost got one, but it was a large. I can't fit a large.
Jeez, you should have copped it and then just bulked up.
For real.
Just get ripped.
Just get swole. Just bulk up. Get 90 pounds.
Swole for my overalls.
Go from 135, 140 to 230. Like,
oh God, that's huge. You
90
like
pounds.
The Rock. You look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
You at 230 solid muscle? Hoo-wee, boy, you'd be a tank.
At 5'8", 5'9" on a good day, yeah.
Yeah, 230, thick. That's thick. That's thick. Because Jake Paul is 6'2", weighs like 210, 215.
Yeah, I would never be. Thick, I would never ever be able to get to 230. That would just be like disgusting.
You'd be a walking chest.
It would be just disgusting.
You'd be a chest with feet.
Pretty much, like just pretty much.
With a chest with feet and fingers.
Where are your arms? Oh, they're there.
Lift up my chest. You'll find them.
Yeah, you'll find them. My arms are my chest.
You don't have arms. You just have an extendo chest.
Bulking up to like maybe like 10, 15, 20 pounds. I think would be doable, right?
175. If you were like 165, 175, you'd still be huge.
I've heard that. Well, because like my body frame, like I would be considered like a blank slate. Because like I'm not like ripped like that.
You're not fat.
I'm not.
And you're not.
Yeah.
Skinny and you're not muscular.
I'm not super muscular, but like there's like you can tell there's muscular like definition, but like it's not like. You're the
canvas.
Ripped.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you're the all-white Air Force. You know what I'm saying?
Just a blank
waiting
slate.
to be painted.
Pretty much, because like I used to work out, but like I didn't do everything.
We get big. We can hit leg day.
I mean, my legs. So like, I think everything's pretty proportionate on me anyway.
Yeah.
So like my arms aren't like huge and my legs aren't like skinny.
That's a good way to start.
It's just like.
That's a good way to start working out. You don't have to make up for anything.
Well, I think I'm going to start going back to the gym.
It's a good idea, man. It feels good. I've been thinking about that a lot recently too. I worked out a little bit yesterday, and every time I think about working out, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. And then every time I actually work out, when I'm done, I feel so good. I'm like, I need to do this again tomorrow.
Well, I haven't been to the gym since I fractured my ankle. So just getting back in there in general is...
Yeah, that's true.
Something I've been thinking about recently. Obviously, I'm just a little nervous of doing it again.
Do some just no weight calf raises, just to strengthen that ankle.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, cause like work helps in that regard. Cause like, but like there are still times where I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Like,
yeah.
I'll be putting something on like the shelf to where like it's on like the top shelf, but it's not like 2 boxes on the top shelf, but it's like an empty space, and I can put it up, and like I'll get on my tippy toes and just like push it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. You know, and I'm like, I got to walk it off for a minute. I'm like, shit.
Well, so at a certain point,
there's still time.
At a certain point, it's got to hurt to get better. Because I remember all the physical therapy I've done. I've done therapy for my same ankle, and I've done therapy for my shoulder as well. And just because the problem fixed doesn't mean the pain goes away. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely not.
To make up for all that loss and, like, the muscles that you tore and ligaments, tendons, all that stuff, it takes a lot of pain to regrow that.
Well, I think fracturing just sucks in general. Because, like, there's not a whole lot they can do. Because, like, you know, if you break it, they're going to, like, oh, here's a cast. Like, we're going to put it back. You know, it'll, you know.
Yeah,
it'll go back. You know, there's still that pain there, but like with a fracture, like they're just like, just don't walk on it for whatever.
Yep. And then it'll get to the point to where like you can trust it to do what you want it to do. You can trust it to act how it used to act, but like it's never exactly the same again. You know?
No, and I've felt that because like there's some times where like I'll like wake up in the morning, or whatever, and like I'll twist my ankle and I can just hear.
It just feels a little off.
It's just a little weird. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy today, so it's fine, you know. But like, there are some times where like I have to like crack it, and it'll just like, you know,
my ankle still cracks all the time.
Yeah,
I'll just like now.
I'll just twirl it and be like, I'm like, okay.
Yep.
That's how we're gonna start the day. Cool.
Yeah, you should hit them tippy toes. Get up on the tippy toe, hold it for a couple seconds, and then control yourself slow back to flat. You know,
I might start next week. After this weekend.
Did they suggest like therapy for your ankle? Or?
They didn't actually.
No. They probably figure you're young enough, you know, that'll and you're active enough.
I would assume so, yeah. Because like they didn't hint, like they thought I might have needed it, but when I went back, like I didn't need surgery or anything like that. So
that's good.
That was
all I did for my ankle was resistance bands for like 4 weeks after.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, because I mean, I think it really depends on it. But man, it sucked.
Yeah, breaking something always sucks, man. I'm like 7 breaks deep, something like that.
It was my first time, and I didn't even break it all the way. You know.
Yeah.
I would have just rather, honestly, it sounds stupid, but I probably would have rather broken it all the way
than fracture
it. Yeah.
I don't know. All the way breaks are pretty tough too. Those are even. I don't know.
but like you know, because like too. Then I would have had to like actually like been working on it because like.
Then they would have had to do surgery.
Yeah. You know, and it would have. I think maybe it would have
healed more straight.
Yeah,
it would have taken longer to heal, but it would have healed more like.
It would have healed better. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a doctor, but.
Yeah, it's possible. I
don't know how that works.
Have any clean breaks? I think all my breaks are fractures.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure all of them are fractures. I don't think I have any clean.
Like nothing where like in the X-ray just like bone and bone. Just
no, I haven't had any surgeries for bones. I've had surgeries for muscles, but I never had any surgeries for bones.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think mine are probably all the same. You know, I just have so much pain. You know,
yeah,
and they act how they used to act, and you know, I can work them back up to how they used to perform, but like they don't ever feel.
They don't ever feel the same. Yeah,
it'll do the same stuff, but it doesn't feel the same.
No, definitely not. That's why that's why I want to hit the gym too, because like I miss playing basketball.
Yeah,
that's what I started doing because I was like, because I did it for a long time, and I was like, you know, it's great. Just like being active in general.
I just miss being like physically accomplished. You know, like I remember all throughout my childhood and like high school and stuff, like at the end of my days, I was tired, you know, like physically because I had put in so much work that day, you know, and I was a chubby kid, but I still went to baseball practice. We still ran and threw and got sweaty and did our jumping jacks and sprints and all that stuff, you know. So at the end of my days, I always felt like that physical part of me was satisfied, you know what I mean? And recently just working freaking 9-to-5 jobs, you know, day-to-day jobs, I haven't been as active, you know, I haven't been playing sports, I haven't been working with a team, and just don't feel that like physically accomplished, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm not using my body, you know, at all for anything, you know?
Yeah.
Other than to slap out some fucking pies. So that's what I want, you know, I do want to look, you know, fit, but more than that for me, it's just like feeling feeling accomplished, feeling like
I think that's a lot of people. They just want to feel
something.
Yeah, they want to achieve a goal that they set and be like, yeah, I fucking crushed it.
Yeah, just feel like I wasn't lazy that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, I think people think about you do have people who are like, I love the appearance, but like they don't really have a goal. Like I guess they have a appearance goal.
Yeah.
But like people who are like, I'm just doing it to, if I look great, then awesome. But like that's not my main goal. I'm just trying to be healthier in general.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Yeah, is to do it for the way that it feels, not for the way that you look. Well, because you fat people could get skinny and then hate the way you look skinny.
Well, yeah, and it's the same thing with like to go back to like shoes, is like people who get in for the money. Like it's not.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, this fucking sucks. Like.
Yeah.
Because like if you love it, then
you do it for how it feels. You do it for how it makes you happy, or how it affects
bro.
you.
When I see this new shoe, god damn. God damn.
But, so yeah, that's my next goal, is to get back into the gym a little bit more consistently.
I think I'm there too. I think I'm at that point, like when I don't have my daughter, or just like, probably when I don't have my daughter, so I can spend that time with her and just go to the gym for like an hour or two, and get that motion back into, not be like crazy in the gym, but like, the 1 or 2 day a week, type of thing. Where it's like,
just to like show yourself what you're capable of, just feel strong, I'm tired of just sitting here and like not using myself.
I don't.
Everybody else uses me and I don't get to.
I don't have that problem. I'll sit in the computer for like 8 hours and play fucking video games.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem,
I mean,
I'm thinking about getting a PS5.
A PS5?
Yeah.
That's not going to help with the gym.
I know. It'll help the thumbs, though.
You're going to go to the gym on 2K?
No. I don't even really like 2K that much. Like, I don't really like, other than football, like Madden, like, I don't really play sport video games.
I don't really play basketball. I play on like video games. I'll play in real life, but I usually play Madden.
I prefer Madden over basketball. It's just I
like Madden. I like hockey. Those are the two games that I play.
I used to play golf.
Golf? I couldn't do it, dude. I love golf in real life. I played golf on like the Xbox a few times, but I can't get through a whole round, dude. It's so boring.
Yeah,
it's so boring.
You're like trying to spin the ball.
You're
it's like, all right,
joystick back, joystick forward.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, okay. And then you're trying to spin the ball, like you see where like you're trying to spin the ball, and it's like, shit, like, all right, that was a bad shot. But yeah, no, I'd rather play Madden than basketball or like any other sport, because like Madden's just something that is
Madden's that shit.
It's fun.
Yeah, Madden's really
fun.
But
like I like shooter games, like when I because like I don't have PS5 now, but like PS4 or back on PS3 actually, I would play MW3 and Black Ops and all that. So like I was playing all that before. I never played MW2, but I know that was popping.
Yeah, I played that.
But I prefer MW3, and people are like, why? I'm like, it was just better. It was fun. That's the game I had. We didn't have MW2, but I had MW3, so I liked MW3 a lot, and I liked the original Black Ops and Black Ops 2.
What were some of the maps on MW3?
I'd have to look it up. I don't even know. I know there's an airport. There was Dome. There was like where there's one where like you were in like a city, like.
Yeah, because I didn't play Modern Warfare 3 that much. I played Modern Warfare 2 for sure.
I remember
a lot of the maps.
Modern Warfare 3 was really good because my favorite weapon on that, like my classic loadout was like I would use the MP5 until, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is the MP5. But I would use it until I got the Scar L unlocked. So when I got the Scar L unlocked, I would just use the Scar L up until, so I'd use the Scar L, and then I would use the P90.
Okay.
But with the Scar L loadout, I would use like an ACOG scope. Okay. So like I was one of those people that would use like the fat ACOG scope and use
you'd be sitting far as fuck away.
No, I'd be like I was really aggressive, like super aggressive. But like I would use an ACOG scope, so like the fat one where it's like close, like me and you right here. I would scope you and
just see my forehead.
Yeah, like pretty much, because like it wasn't like I didn't really like the red dot as much, but like you can get the So I would use the ACOG, silencer, and something else. But then I would use the double akimbo.
Okay.
So I would do that. Would be the backup.
So you'd run in and bang headshots only, zoom in straight on the face, and just
because it's not really like a scope like that, but like the ACOG would just be like a really big like circle that you would be able to like aim at. So like we may be far apart, but like close up, it was really good, and like medium range.
Yeah.
It's not something because like you wouldn't shoot a Scario like far distance, but you would shoot it like medium range to like close up.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what gun you have the scope on too.
Yeah, because like, so I would run that. I would run that a lot, and I mean MW3. There were points where like doing like there were some really good games. But I was always positive KD, so like it was fun.
Yeah, I was like decent. I wasn't the best, but I remember I played Modern Warfare 2. I got really good at Modern Warfare 2, and I think wasn't it Modern Warfare 2, and then the next one after that was Black Ops, and then the next one after that was Modern Warfare 3, and then Black Ops 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Black Ops and MW2 were like
close to the same time.
I think Black Ops was before MW2. Yeah, it was before MW2. Because like everyone played Black Ops, and Black Ops, I loved the original Black Ops.
So I think the original Black Ops was like
the original Black Ops
that I played.
I would use the FAMAS, and like people would hate it because it was one of the best weapons. But Black Ops, you could run like the double shotgun.
I don't even remember one map other than Nuketown.
Yeah, it's Nuketown. Honestly, yeah, Nuketown.
That's where everybody played. If you're not playing at Nuketown, you're not playing.
The gun range where like it was like the training range or whatever.
Yeah,
that was a fun map. That's a good map.
I like Gun Game too. That's a fun game.
Oh yeah, Gun Game on V3 was sick.
Yeah,
like because you would literally just cycle through all the guns, and like one of the harder ones was trying to use the bazooka. Cause because like you couldn't just like shoot it, you had to like aim at it, and it was, but like the throwing knife at the end.
Yeah, that shit's difficult.
Yeah, because like you would see, like the cool thing about the throwing knife is like if someone missed you, you would see it miss
and
you.
And you'd hear it.
You'd hear it. You're like, oh shit, dude. Like what? Oh. got a duck. Like yo. And then you would just throw yours, and you're like, I got you, like right in the face, Yeah. Like you were always trying for like the trick shots, in the gun game. Like there were some games where like you would just annihilate, and you'd be so far up ahead in guns that you just start doing trick shots,
Yeah.
So like okay. But yeah, gun game was sick.
Yeah,
I really want. They just remastered, I think, MW2, and so like that's all the rage right now. But like I wish they would remaster MW3.
Really?
Because MW2, like for Rust, was one of like the most popular ones because that's where everyone would quick scope, and you could hide up on like the tower or whatever. But like that was a quick scope map, and it was similar to Dome in the way that it was like a small map, but like you would be able to quick scope if you wanted to.
Yeah, and what was the other one? So there was Rust, and there was the airport one too. There was two on Modern Warfare 2 that had planes on it. And one of them was an actual airport, and the other one was like a hangar field where like the planes in the middle were like beat down and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I can't remember that.
Yeah,
one.
MW3 has an airport.
But it had a lot of smaller maps on Modern Warfare 2, so maybe that's why people.
MW3 had some big maps, but like they weren't like crazy big, but like they were enough to where like you'd be like, okay, this is great, because like I would play. Another good game mode was Search and Destroy.
Yeah,
that's a fun one because like that one's like really like there was some like you had to be really tactical. And
then there was like
some of those lobbies were like sweaty.
Yeah, because you get killed and you're out.
Yeah, you're out. Yeah. So like I got to the point where like I learned that like okay, this is what people are gonna do, But you ever watch like the kill cam and the guy is wearing the guillotine suit and he's just like sitting in the corner just like looking both ways, like, and you're just like and you know he's about to die and he knows it too, but he's trying not to die. And he's like, all right.
He knows that
and then
people
all of a sudden the guy rushes in, boom, boom, and you're like, all right, we knew you were gonna die, man. Like, he tried, but you knew
he
was like,
you died.
He was like 1 for 10, you know, and you're like, all right, man, come on.
Yeah. You got to stop camping at some point.
Yeah, you just got to be aggressive. Because, like, if you weren't aggressive, like, it was just, like, whatever.
Yeah, you know? if you're camping,
there's a point of being aggressive and then, like, too aggressive.
Yes.
Even though people would be like, you can never be too aggressive. But, like, there were some people who were just, like, too aggressive and they did die right off the bat, you know?
Yeah. You got to know how to look over your shoulder but be aggressive at the same time,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, so, like, I would switch it up. But, like, my absolute favorite that I always played was Team Deathmatch.
Okay.
Like that was my always a go-to. And if I played like 30 matches, I'd be like, all right, let's switch it up, and I'd play like the dog tag one.
I'm just a free-for-all kind of guy. I just like to shoot everything that moves. You know what I mean?
I would play some free-for-all, but like those I don't know, they just got boring quick for me. But like I like being team deathmatch because like talking shit to the other team.
Yeah.
You'd be up, you know, you'd be like 32-5, and you're like, yeah, like. What's good, you know?
Yeah, I used to love my team would be winning, but I'm like the worst one on my team, and I'm still talking shit.
Yeah.
You guys fucking suck.
You guys suck.
Look at our team. We got a guy that's like 36-0 right now. You guys fucking suck.
Oh man, those were some that.
Those were the days, but yeah, I think Modern Warfare 3 was like closer to the end of high school for me, and I didn't really. That's when I stopped really. Well, yeah, because I mean, it
was the end of it was on the edge of PS3, like. Back when PlayStation was free, like, so it was a no-brainer to get a PlayStation because why am I gonna pay to play online?
Yep,
like,
and internet was free then.
Yep. Internet was free, yeah. So PS3, MW3.
That didn't last very long.
It lasted for, I mean, up until they made the PS4, yes, but like PS3 dominated for a long time.
It lasted for a few years. Yeah, a few
at
years.
least like 5 years.
I was gonna say like 5 years or so.
Yeah, because like that's when people were still paying gold membership for Xbox to do the same thing that PlayStation was doing for free.
Yep.
Like, I'd rather just buy a game instead of paying, you know, whatever it was. I don't even know how much it cost for Xbox. It was like
15. I don't know how much it was then. Now it's like $99 a year. It's like $100 a year.
$100 a year. Okay. Yeah. I know like PS4 now is like $17 a month, something like that. But like that's if you get like the gold member or something like that. It's something where like, but like I feel like PlayStation. Well, no, I guess they both offer like free games too. Because like with PlayStation, you get like the PlayStation like store or whatever, and you can like get old kind of weird free games, you know.
Yeah, and there's like the EA Game Pass on the Xbox where it's like you get all the sports games for like $5 a month or something like that.
Yeah, there's so like they've come a long way, but like it still sucks to have to pay in general.
I think it's crazy that you don't have to actually go to the store and buy a game anymore. You know,
well, and that's great.
I remember having to go to the store and like buy the disc.
And I'd rather buy a disc because like
because then you always have it.
Digital just eats up so much memory. Mm-hmm. Like you have to have an exterior
hard drive.
Yeah, just to be able to buy half these games and download them.
Yeah.
Because like that was one thing. Because like now you can like stream the game and it's the same thing as downloading it, but it's not eating up, 30 gigabytes, 40 gigabytes, and then the update's another 70, and half your system is just one game, and you're like, I don't want to play this for the rest of my life.
With all the platforms I have downloaded right now, I can only have one game downloaded.
Yeah.
I switch between Madden and hockey.
Yeah, just like, game. Like, what? Like, I love to play multiple games, man.
Yeah, Xbox used to be only games, and now it's like you only get one game.
Yeah, because like that was one thing about PlayStation is like the disc didn't eat up memory. Like it was just a disc. You take it out. Okay, let me play another game. Mm-hmm. And I mean Xbox the same way. But like now you have a disc and digital. Like who's getting the digital?
Yeah.
Like and digital is always more, and you don't get the you have to download everything, and then like you're like having to constantly delete stuff unless you get an exterior hard drive. But like that's just another pain.
Yep, it puts stress on your Xbox, and it'll go get that. I don't even think it does a red ring of death anymore. I know that back in the day. I don't know,
but did you know the PlayStation actually, which was kind of rare, would do the yellow light of death?
No.
So it actually happened like years ago to our PS3, but like there was a yellow light that like if you're like how the Xbox had the red ring of death, like it was just like the yellow light of death, like it. And it was like weird because like it only happened that one time.
Jeez.
And it never happened again. But like we had to send it off to GameStop and get it fixed, and like they sent it back, whatever.
Yeah, I remember my 16th birthday. I had a buddy who like picked up my Xbox to just like look at it. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he's picking it up to look at it and dropped it like 3 inches back down to the platform that it was on, and right after that, red ring of death. And I didn't get an Xbox for 7 years after that.
Yeah, well, it's funny because like Xbox was so known for that problem that like people learned how to do like weird things to get rid of the red ring of death.
Oh yeah.
Like if you would be able to like put a towel over your Xbox or whatever, and like let it sit overnight or like use it or something like that. It was some weird little trick to like be able to play on your Xbox when you had the red ring of death. Because like,
I wish I knew that trick.
Yeah, there were so many little tricks and stuff. Like
Nick Kabari, wherever you are, you broke my Xbox and you know it.
Just driving one day, his ears got hot because someone called his name.
Yeah, right. He's knocking on my door in an hour. So you're a PlayStation guy?
Yeah.
PlayStation over Xbox?
Well, we used to have an Xbox, but we had the original Xbox. But once my dad got the PS3, well, because we always had, we had the PS2, we had, the PS3, and for some reason we had an Xbox. And I think we had both at one point, and then, like, we got rid of the Xbox and just had the PlayStation 3. So ever since then, yeah, straight PlayStation.
It's crazy how much of a tool these things have become. Like it used to be just a game machine, and now like it's the internet and it's all of your streaming platforms and it's your game machine, and it's like music and YouTube and like it's crazy how much of a tool these game systems have become.
Well, I don't think they ever realized like the connection that people could make, because like but like back then, like the PS2, like you couldn't.
It was just a game.
It was just
Guitar Hero. Yeah, that's all it was for me.
Yeah, like
and Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, and same with PS3, because like you could access the internet, but it was such a hassle that you'd have to like move the thing, and if you moved it too far, because like now on the PS4, like you can do that. PS5 same way. Like it's super easy to get on the internet and like actively like use the apps and stuff like that.
And they have little keyboards that click into your controller, and
there's a whole bunch of stuff now because they learned like, oh, everything connects into everything.
Yeah, so everything is everything. So nothing is nothing.
It's like growing up, like Java was like the thing, and Java was in over 3 billion products. Everything ran on Java, up until. And I think like now it's like they start to realize like, okay, Java's not the right move.
Yeah, we don't need Java no more. We can do this ourselves.
Yeah,
kind of like how Kanye's doing now, with trying to get out on his own and not being with Adidas and Gap. He's like, I don't need you guys no more.
Did you hear about that actually? So like,
what's the update?
So what he said, it is what it is. Like not many people like Adidas with outrage, the group with outrage, and this and that, and people. But, like, I think Adidas just, like, masterworked the whole thing and like, ended up just, like, stealing his, like, and it's kind of sad that Kanye's legal team didn't really think about it because, like, maybe they didn't really realize this was ever going to, like, happen. Because, like, I mean, who would have thought,
Yeah.
Because, like, he had outbursts before, but, like, it was whatever, in the past, nothing really was like crazily said that was like, oh my God, cancel him right now, blah, 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 blah. But when this happened, me and my dad were talking about it. And I was like, look, they're going to still use his Yeezy designs. And my dad's like, no, why would they do that? The people are going to know that's Kanye. Like, why would Adidas do something that they just said, that they condemn Kanye and what he said and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, give them like 6 months. They're going to do it.
They're going to find a loophole.
It wasn't even 2 weeks later, and Adidas came out and said, we are going to keep the Yeezy designs, and we are going to make new shoes.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they hired him as a designer. And they hired him to do the job that he did.
Yeah, but it's Adidas' hypocrisy that they're like, well, we don't like what he said, but we do like the money that he brings in.
Yeah, and we don't like him as a person, but we like the money that
we like the money he brought in. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, like, here we are. Here's to what Kanye originally said, that Adidas was always trying to rip him off and exercise him and get him out of the way because they already knew they owned everything. But, like, they had to pay Kanye royalties.
Yep.
So they saved. So between his contract ending and they're saving, like, $500 million annually, something like that.
Good Lord.
From Kanye's royalties and all this other stuff.
No friends in business.
So I was like, yo, like, okay, so that was your mastermind plan at the end of the day is, okay, well, we like what Kanye's producing because Yeezys were literally, people can say what they want, but, like, Yeezys was the reason people went back to Adidas. Because, like, yeah, they have their soccer, they have Europe and yada, 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 but, like, what's selling out? Tell me what's selling out. I can go get Stan Smith shoes right now at any time I want.
Yeah.
I can fuck up 10 pairs and go get 10 more.
Yep.
Can you go get 10 more Yeezys? Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no.
Now there are some colorways that have done bad. Yeah, I'll give you that. But go get 10 more original V1 Yeezys. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't go get Black Static Reflects. You could barely get one pair. Go get 15. No, you fucked him up. Oh, you gotta go pay resale now. Sorry.
Yeah, they never intended on letting him go out on his own with those designs.
There was hell no, they didn't. They knew. They knew.
They were going to hold him hostage for as long as he would promote Adidas, and then once he stopped, they were always going to cut him loose. They never had.
Well, I think they started scheming early, and they thought they thought he wasn't going to say anything when they came out with the Adafoam and their Yeezy slides. Or, well, not their Yeezy slides, but they came out with their own slides that were like extremely similar, just different designs on them.
I don't think they cared. I think they just knew the business that they were running. I think
they 100%.
They knew they were just going to use his ass.
He was 68% of their online sales, or some ridiculous number. Like, he brought in money to Adidas.
Yep.
He will always bring in money to Adidas. Because, like, now you're going to tell me that, oh, we don't like I said, we don't like what he said, but we like his designs that people know him for. And we like the things he did with those designs, but we don't like what he said as a person. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, either you'd like him, everything about him, or you hate him and everything about him, and you don't like his designs anymore.
Yeah, but that's business, baby.
100%. They knew what they were doing.
You know?
It didn't even take a week. It didn't even take a month, I should say. It took him 2 weeks to be like, well, yeah, see you later, Kanye, but we're going to still use your designs because why not?
Yep.
Like, yo, what?
Because it's our law team against yours, you know?
Well, yeah, his legal team failed him in that regard.
That sucks.
But, like, he probably didn't care because who would have thought that Adidas was going to... Because, like, he had Yeezy supply before, like, the Adidas contract. Because, like, Adidas came in and they're like, hey, you know, Yeezy supply was always doing their own thing. It's just... he had a problem shipping. So, like, you didn't know if you were going to get it within a week or, like, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But, like, so, like, people were complaining to the Better Business Bureau, blah, 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 you know. So, like, that was always the thing with Yeezy Supply, with their logistics was a nightmare. But, like, they did good when it was, like, good. But, like, you know, you're doing fat releases of, like, 30,000 pairs, you know. It's kind of hard to ship 30,000 pairs on time.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, no matter... Unless you're Adidas and you can ship out 30,000 pairs on time because you have a whole warehouse dedicated to 30,000 pairs.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I just don't like how Adidas did it in that regard, but, like, I won't be shopping with Adidas Because, like, you already know they're going to fuck up the logo. They're going to fuck up the shoe.
Are they going to be called Yeezys still?
No, they're going to be called something else. It's going to be something with Adidas' logo, probably some 3-stripe bullshit, and it's going to go from there. Because, like, I don't buy anything else from Adidas. Like, I don't buy their tracksuits. I don't buy their shoes. I don't like anything else from Adidas. I will always go to Nike for clothing, for, like, their shorts, for their shoes, other than Nikes. Like, other than Jordan brand, anyway.
You think if they continue to sell, when they continue to sell his designs, you think they'll just flop for the most part? They don't have that support from him.
I don't think that they're gonna do great, but like they might, because people like the shoe in general. But like I don't think it's gonna be like mass hysteria.
Yeah, I think the whole hype about it is mostly Kanye.
It is mostly Kanye, yeah, 100%. So
it's like, not just the shoe itself, you know.
Like he has designs that we will never be able to see.
Yeah,
like we started to see some of the, like, you know, he was going through his earth tonal phase and this and that, you know. Which I love, you know. And he was going through his pastel phase. But, like, now there are some shoes that we will never see that's like, man, come on. Yeah. Like, because he can't do anything with the Yeezy name. So it sucks.
Yeah, that's messed up. So he's completely out now?
Yeah, him and Adidas are done. They're
completely cut ties.
Yep. So
you think he's going to start his own thing?
Oh, I mean, I think he was going to, because, like, he was doing trademarks for Yeezys, but, like, it's going to be difficult now.
Because he can't use his own designs?
Because he can't use his own designs, yeah. So.
Well, he's super creative. He'll probably come
He
up
really
with
is, honestly, like, stuff, super creative. You know? I didn't even mean to, but I, like, low-key got into, like, not really an argument, but somebody was talking about that, they were talking about Virgil. And they were like, oh, yeah, you know, Virgil is a great designer, blah blah, and they were talking about Kanye and how he's like he doesn't make his own designs and this and that, and I'm sure, you know, everyone does that, because like listen to music, for instance, like nothing is like crazily new, but it's like off old ideas, you know.
Yeah.
Because like that's how you make new things, is off old things that you're like, oh, I can do this to this and this, you know.
Well, yeah, and art can be collaborative as well. It doesn't have to be a one man thing.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with Kanye, but like Virgil was under Kanye. So like if you don't like Kanye, you almost don't like people that were under Kanye at one point. Because like Virgil was always a great designer, but I think when, like, you know, Kanye was like, yo, like, boom. And it just kind of like went up from there, because then Virgil went off, did Off-White, sold Off-White, became the Louis Vuitton creative director, you know, had the Nike collab, the famous Nike collab, the 10.
Yeah.
You know, 10 silhouettes, and then did the Nike Dunks, and then did other Off-White stuff, you know. So, like, yeah. I think Kanye's, you know, a creative genius, you know. He may not be the best person with words, but...
That's like saying you like ice, but you hate water.
Yeah, they're synonymous. You know, they're always going to be together.
Yeah.
Well, you know... Yeah, what, are you going to throw your ice cubes out every time you see, like, a little water drop? Like, what are you going to do? But, yeah, you know, so it sucks. But I think they may lower the retail, which would be cool. But, like, I think they're going to do some bullshit.
It'll be cool, but they're going to have to look different. They're not going to...
No, they are. They're not going to look different. That's the sad part.
They're going to look exactly the same.
They're going to look exactly the same, and they may do some Adidas logo on it. Because they own everything about the shoe. They own the molds, they own the designs, they own like the colorways, they own all this stuff about the shoe, because that was their investment.
Yeah, they paid somebody to design it for them. Yep.
You know, and
now it's their designs.
Now it's their designs. So that's where I'm like, yo, Kanye's legal team fucked up. But again, who would have thought after all these years that this is how it ended? You know.
Jeez, man, that sucks.
So who like? Because, like, Adidas could have cut ties. I mean, they weren't ever going to cut ties before, because, like, they had a contract. But, like, now, because, like, you know, things were going well. He was making them a lot of money. And, you know, so.
What about with him and Gap? What's going on there?
Oh, everything's been cut.
So Kanye has no ties to any fashion brand?
Nothing right now, no.
Jeez.
Yeah, everything got cut. Because, like, even there were other brands, too, that were just like, nah.
Now his only tie is to the MAGA gang.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know about the MAGA gang?
No.
MAGA gang, make America great again.
Oh yeah, I don't even think he's talking about that anymore.
They call him all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But Biden's the one that's making up all these the MAGA mafia, and Trump's just using them to his benefit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
MAGA gang, motherfucker.
But yeah, so I mean, it sucks, but
yeah, that really does suck, dude. I mean, he's put in a lot of work for those companies, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, he did sign the contract, and he was really at the end of the day just a paid employee by Adidas, you know.
Yep, getting those fat royalties.
And that's the way that they looked at it.
From their standpoint, yeah.
Do you keep up with like UFC or boxing or anything like that? Have you seen any of these fights recently?
Nah.
No. There's been a couple good ones.
I don't really care for it. Like if it's, I'll watch like the highlights after, but like I'm not like, yo, this is a fight coming up, let's go watch it somewhere. Like nah,
really?
Like,
yeah,
I don't really
like
care.
Combat sports. I did Taekwondo growing up. I did wrestling in high school, so I'm really intrigued with combat sports. You know, just because I can kind of analyze it a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like to see people get their fucking ass beat, but I do like combat sports. So, but Jake Paul had a fight against Anderson Silva. A lot of people think that
I heard about that they thought it was rigged and like staged.
Everybody thinks his matches are rigged.
Well, I guess there's a video from like somebody was recording the fight, and from their standpoint, like apparently like Jake never even touched him like on the punch.
Well, their faces would say something different, man. I watched that fight on pay-per-view, and those boys looked like they went to war.
Well, it was the last punch. It wasn't like during the fight. It was the last punch where Silva fell.
Well, he didn't get knocked out, so like he hit him, and then he went down just to a knee, and then got back up, and they continued to fight. You know, so it wasn't like a knockout.
I don't know. I just know people were like,
yeah. There's all the controversy, but everybody wants to hate somebody who comes up quick. You know, and you know he did the whole Disney thing, and he's known for YouTubing, but he's not known as an athlete. So that's where all the hate comes from. You know, and I used to doubt it myself too. You know, because if somebody's got a lot of money, why couldn't they just pay for their fights to be fixed, you know, especially if these ex-fighters just want to make it look like they're fighting but make money for it, you know, and all that stuff. But I don't know, after watching that Anderson Silva fight, man, those boys went to war, because it was the first fight that went the distance with Jake Paul. So you can't really say like he paid Anderson Silva to let him knock his ass out, because he didn't knock him out, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really care either way.
it was a good, I mean, it was a good fight. If you like combat sports, I thought it was a pretty good fight, you know. And I just want to see Jake Paul like fight either in the WBC freaking, you know, ring, or like for the UFC. I want him to actually become a fighter, you know, and stop promoting it from the outside. Just become an actual fighter and compete in the rankings, you know. That's when I think people will buy into him actually being an athlete.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
and then there was another UFC. I saw. I don't know if you know who Israel Adesanya is.
Yeah, he lost recently.
Yeah, they fought. I guess he was
dominating the whole time, and then like lost it in like the last round, pretty much.
Yeah, so I think it was the middleweight title, and he was fighting Pereira, the only person who's ever given him a loss before, and this was before when they kickboxed against each other. And so he had his chance at revenge. Pereira came into the UFC, he won like 4 times, and then they let him have a chance at the belt. And Adesanya was controlling the whole fight. He was winning. I mean, it was a good fight, you know, but he was controlling the whole fight. He was the obvious winner. And like in the last 30 seconds, he got his shit rocked, and they had a doctor stoppage, and Pereira won his freaking 5th fight in the UFC. Now he holds the belt.
Yeah, that's
Can
crazy.
you imagine that?
That's why nothing's ever finished until you see triple zeros, double zeros, zeros across the entire board.
Yeah.
The same thing in any sport.
Yep.
There's so many times where people are like, oh yeah, we won, woo, and then like there's still like 5 seconds left. Boy, we've seen crazier things happen in 1 second. Like it does not matter until it says triple zeros all the way through and the ball is on the ground, or somebody's doing something in stoppage, you know, whatever. Like it is. You never know.
Yeah, you don't give up anything.
You never know.
Don't give an inch. Yeah, he just kind of looked real real slow at the end of the fight, and there was one hit that he missed, and the other guy came up with a hook and caught him, and he was dizzy after that, and
yeah, that's what happens, right?
Got his shit rocked, and the champ goes down. But I thought it was a really good fight. I've been really entertained with a lot of combat sports recently. There's been a lot of good fights. Sugar Sean O'Malley. I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh,
but he's a super fun guy.
Yeah.
That's what I've been watching on TV recently anyway.
Back when I've seen clips like before he went to the UFC when they do like that kind of like
the amateur.
But they're still like fighters, but like not in the UFC, but like they're still, fighters who train and actively do it.
For sure.
That's where he really got his name, because like he was knocking people out with his right hook.
Yeah. He was knocking people out cold.
And I think when he's the one who broke his leg, right? Or like hurt his leg or ankle or something like that, and he was out for a little bit.
This last fight that he was in with Peter Yan, he got hurt, but he won the fight.
Yeah.
I know McGregor was the one who basically his leg snapped in half.
Yeah, because like they were talking
Poirier.
about it. Yeah, yeah. And that was the last fight, right, that he's had?
Yeah, that was the last fight that McGregor had, yeah.
Yeah. But
his shit was like hanging though.
Yeah,
like you said you wanted to happen to your ankle? That shit.
Yeah,
in half.
Well, because they were talking about, they were like pretty much like what they think happened. Because I mean, you can't tell when you're looking at somebody, but like underneath the skin, they pretty much, because he was taking kicks to the shin.
Yeah.
And it must have just like slowly, just like little fractures, whatever, and not really thinking about it. And all of a sudden, you step the wrong way, you put too much pressure just in the right spot, and boom.
Yeah, because your adrenaline's pumping, so your bone could crack, and you just take it,
I think that happened to Silva too in one of his fights, like, cause like the guy, like they were just kicking chin, and boom, all of a sudden just his leg, something happened. But
I know Anderson Silva is the longest belt holder of all time, and then the first loss that he had
was against that white dude, right?
I can't remember who.
I can't remember his name is.
Yeah, but it was his first loss after holding the belt for years. It was like 3 years or something like that he held the belt. Almost 3 years, 2.5, 3 years that he held the belt, and after his first loss, he never won again, and he left the UFC on a losing streak.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, that crazy? And that usually happens. Like, I mean, it goes back to Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
She was dominant up until her loss, and then after that, just kind of was like, oh, okay, like she's a normal person again.
Yeah, it's like she's still confidence, and that's it.
Yeah, some people just get so giddy up that like losing it's just not in their blood, and they just can never come back, Yeah. Because, like, eventually things do happen where you do lose. There have been big names who've lost, and then they'll take that one loss and they'll go 70-0.
Yep.
Yep. So it's just like, it all depends on how you take the loss and what you do after the loss if you do lose.
It's about how you get back up. It's not about how you fall down. But a lot of those champions, especially when they're champs for a long time,
they don't know any. I mean, I'm sure they do, but yeah, it's just like, oh, I took a loss. Now people aren't going to think about me the same way, But like, I don't think that's the case unless you just spiral out of control after that. Then yeah, they're going to think about you in a way that you don't want to be thought about.
Yeah. Yeah, there was another dude on that Adesanya Pereira card that it was his last fight ever, and he's had a UFC, like a Hall of Fame UFC career. It was his last fight ever, and he got laid out flat cold on his back, dude. It's so hard to see that stuff, But he held a belt for like a year or two, and his last fight ever just gets his shit rocked, laid out flat on his back like a board,
man. Because like, it's one of those things that, yeah, you can have a solid job for years and years and years, but all it is the right hit in the right spot, and it doesn't matter who you are. Like, it really does not matter. We are humans at the end of the day.
Yep.
Like, we're not machines. We're not robots. Like, the human body has weaknesses. No matter how much you try to cover those weaknesses, like, all it is the right shot, right place. you not even realizing and boom, like your body's like, oh yeah, no.
Yep.
Like
Go, can't take it, shut down.
Yeah, like
Yep. Everybody has its limits. That's
everyone.
For sure.
I mean, great people have been knocked out.
Yeah.
It is what it is at the end of the day. Like, I mean, great basketball players have been they've taken fat losses, It does not matter who you are. At the end of the day, we are all human. And things do not always go our way.
Look at Zion. Zion's having the hardest time getting a basketball career going.
Well, yeah, those injuries, but he's lost a lot of weight, so we'll see.
Yeah,
he's not playing right now, but I mean, Pelicans are looking kind of legit. Yeah. But it's early in the season, so.
Yeah, I hope he does something because, I mean, I know that he's a good ball player.
Oh yeah, when he gets on the floor, he is a monster.
He needs to get in there and play some games.
He's a monster. Yeah. But basketball is weird. There are some teams that on paper should just be, because like right now, like Golden State, they've won. Their win home streak is good, but like they're on the road. They're 0-8 on the road. Like what?
Yeah.
How are you? I think they're 6-9 right now. So they've won 6 at home, lost 1 at home, and they were 0-8 on the road. Like, so
jeez.
If they go to like Dallas next week, like there's a good chance they're probably gonna lose. It's just
that's wild.
But it's early in the season, so like they may rebound. In the middle of the season, win 15, 20 in a row. All of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. You just take those wins. You may get a few more losses, but then all of a sudden you go on another 10-win streak. Like,
yep. I feel like the Lakers should have been better last year.
Yeah, the Lakers are just weird right now. Mm-hmm. I think they're still trying to find that groove. I know people are like, oh, they suck. I've even said it because like I've seen some of their games and it's just like, yo, like what is going on?
It's like they just don't communicate or they don't click or whatever it is. Like the team just doesn't gel.
I think it all depends. It's everyone's play style because like you don't want to be known like, especially basketball players. Like if you're a great basketball player for like 10, 15 seasons and you're kind of on the edge of your career, like you don't want to be known the guy like getting like 10 points per game, when you were originally averaging like 20, 25, like you want to always try and be in that spotlight, but like sometimes you just can't. It's always father time, even though they're only like 35, 36, 37, but like that's kind of like, I don't want to say like the peak of athleticism, but like,
yeah, 25 to 35 is definitely your peak.
Like, you're really peaking. And like, once you get up to like 36, 37, 38, you're just like, oh, okay.
Then your knees start to get a little old and cold.
So, but like, yeah, I mean, you hit those peak years and you do great. You will be known forever.
Yeah.
Just, we're still talking about guys from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s,
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, you do good and like, you do good for 10, 15 seasons, you have a solid career, then yeah, you'll be talked about in 2050, 2060,
Yeah, a lot of times if you push it too much and then you become worse at the end of your career.
And that happens to a lot of guys.
A lot of people stop talking about you for that reason because your great years are done and you're pushing it too far,
And I mean, Michael Jordan, for instance, like he was great on the Bulls. Great. All those years, even as a rookie, even though he took those losses, whatever, he was great. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. But like he was playing at the Wizards and like no one talks about it because those years were pretty bad. Like they were awful. He should have retired and left it on a really, really high note.
He still played well, and he was one of the best, but he wasn't that same like godlike.
But he was also
creature,
like that team wasn't. It was meant for him to retire on. Yeah. It wasn't a team full of superstars. He was still jacking up like 40, 50 shots a game.
Well, and at that point in your career, you don't have the time to invest to create all the team players around you.
It was Michael Jordan's team. Everyone knew that. He was on literally the tail end of his career. Yeah, it's just
like Tom Brady's Bucks right now. It's like the exact same thing.
Hey, they had a pretty convincing win the other day.
They actually did play well. They've been playing shitty this year, though. They were 3-5 until 2 games ago.
Yeah, and that's all it takes.
They're in a bad division, and they're lucky for it. They're at the top of their division, and they've won half their games and lost half their games.
They own the division because of how many people they beat in their own division.
Yep.
If they didn't beat those people, they'd be who cares?
Yeah, and everybody in our division right now sucks. But it's good for us.
I don't know. Football's weird this year, too. Like, look at the Green Bay Packers.
Aaron Rodgers is doing shitty as fuck this year, too. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, last year...
Did you see the game the other night? It was so boring, apparently. I didn't even watch it. But
it's been excruciating to watch.
They lost by 10 points to... who they play? Seattle, I think.
I know the Bucs played Seattle this past Sunday.
Yeah, because it was a Thursday night game. So I think Seattle played. Okay. And maybe I'm wrong, but whatever team they played beat them 27-17. It was a bad game. Like, it was a bad game for the Packers.
Yeah, the Goats aren't doing well.
And like the week before that, they're like, "Oh, this is," because they have a wide receiver who's a rookie, I believe, or 1-2 years in.
Yeah.
And he had like a 3 touchdown game like the week prior, and they were like, "Oh, this kid's really coming out," you know. And like the next game, like. Nothing.
Just drops every pass.
Well, I don't think... Obviously, it wasn't his fault, you know, but, like, it was just, like, they were on such a good streak the previous week, and then, like, this week it just didn't translate at all.
Yeah, it's you know? Yeah, they're just... Yeah, it's like they don't communicate and they don't gel, just like the same thing that's going on with the Lakers, you know? Like, I saw a play in the end zone that dude was wide open and cut toward defenders, and Aaron Rodgers throws it to where he would be wide open at, you know?
Yeah.
And that's probably the play that they called, and the dude cut toward the middle toward defenders,
like,
you know?
It's like Josh Allen right now. Like, he's just in one of those, like, weird slumps, you know? Because, like, it happens to great quarterbacks. It does. Like, you're not going to be great every single game, every single season. You will have a bad game. It's just, that's how it goes, you know?
Yep.
But, like, because, like, they're like, oh, you know, but, like, once he gets out of that slump, they're going to be like, yeah, we always knew he was great, you know?
Well, the team changes a lot, too, and you have to regain buy-in from every new team member that you get as well. Yeah. You know, they got to buy into your program, and if it's a significant amount of people that get turned over, then it affects the whole program a lot. And I think that's what's been going on a lot at the beginning of this season for the Bucs. There's so many people that they're down, but I think they're starting to turn it around now. They squeaked out a win by a field goal the other day. And or like last week. And then finally this past Sunday they won against the Seahawks, and it was actually a good looking win. That was in Munich. That game was in Germany.
It was.
It's the only cool football game that's ever been played in Germany.
Yep.
Yeah, they said that the crowd stayed after the game, and they're like singing and dancing.
They were doing like they're grabbing each other and like, you know, swaying back and forth. Like the crowd was so lit. They were like, they stayed. You know how like usually they do like the press conference and whatever, and they're like, all right, next game, like. They just kept going back to where they had the cameras at the stadium, and like the stadium was like still really, really full.
Yeah.
Like apparently. And there's one of the songs that they had, or one of the artists, he was like, I guess a rock and roll guy or something like that. And apparently, like, that dude was like super popular. Like, everyone knew every American song that played.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what? Like, they were hyped.
Yeah, they were hyped. They were ready for it over there in Germany.
They heard, oh, American football's coming here? Yeah. Yo.
It's a party. Yeah, they sell a pitcher of beer for a beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it was like
their cups are like bigger than that fit in our hands.
Yeah, whole mugs. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that was really cool to see that, like, they really, because you know how people like are like, we don't really like soccer like that, you know? Yeah. But like they were like, yo, football, like American football, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder if they have like American football leagues in different countries. And stuff
they
like
don't.
That.
It's football. So like it's soccer.
They have regular football.
They have regular football.
What they call football.
I mean, Canada's the only
Canadian Football League.
Yeah,
the CFL.
Yeah, that's the only other country that has like a league of some sort. Cause like it's not like basketball where like, you know, it's synonymous like between like they just like soccer more.
Yeah.
Than like actual American
and
football.
They have a game that they already call football.
Yeah. So like it would be weird because I mean they have rugby, but like that's a whole
that's
different
true.
game.
That's true. Yeah.
In general, it's not a football. Like it's, I don't know.
You line up like a football team.
You line up like a football team, but like
football.
There's no padding. Like you can wear the helmets, but like that's just to make sure like your ear doesn't get ripped off, you know.
Yeah, and they don't kick it in rugby either, do they? Do they kick off in rugby?
Do, yes.
Yeah. I don't know anything about
I don't know anything about rugby either. I just know that like those guys get vicious, bro.
Yeah.
They get vicious. Like you can pretty much like body slam the guy who's got the ball. Like,
yeah, you're banging heads with people.
Yeah, like you don't wear padding. Like that's, you know, that's
There's a rugby club in Lakewood Ranch. Maybe we should go over and hit up the rugby. They also
rugby just seems annoying.
They have a cricket club too. We should go over there and play some cricket.
You know what's a really fun game is pickleball.
I've never played pickleball.
I've seen pickleball played, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks fun. I never played it though. It's like it's like ping pong on a tennis court.
Yeah, because like it's better. It's like not as hard as tennis, but like you're hitting a ball that bounces, but like not like a tennis ball. And
yeah, it's like a paddle, like ping pong, and it's a big old like plastic ball.
Yeah, it's not super big, but it's big enough.
Well, it's like big compared to a ping pong
relative
ball.
to what
like a wiffle ball size.
Yeah, relative to the paddle size. Yeah.
Yeah, about the same size as a tennis ball.
Yeah, they do. When I was working out at the Y, they do pickleball. It's like Saturday mornings or something like that, or like I think Saturday mornings.
That's cool.
So like they have like the basketball court and like they're like. And I've seen some of those people, and it's usually like older people, because like you're playing it. It's like a smaller court. But like I was like, yo, like what? I want to get in this.
Hell yeah!
But like it was just for like.
We gotta go over there and play some pickleball.
Yeah, it was for like the older crowd. So.
I want to play some frisbee golf too.
I want to play some ultimate frisbee.
Oh,
I want to play.
Yeah, where can we play that? We got to get some people together. I wonder if they have any like Sarasota ultimate frisbee leagues.
I don't know. That'd be really fun though.
Yeah, that'd be definitely super, super wild.
Yeah. But to go back, was there? Oh, yeah. So there was something I want to talk about Hype Lounge.
Okay.
Was so I found that graphic designer, you know, and I actually have a logo that's already like done that I paid for and everything like that.
Was that the one that you showed me?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's got the big fat. I did show it to you, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of like
the curved down. Yeah. So yeah, I paid for that. That's the overall logo. So either this week or next week, my graphic designer is gonna get with me again, and he's actually thinking about getting into like the whole printing process too.
Okay, like printing on clothes.
Yes. So
that'd be good for a designer to get into for sure.
This is something that no one's. I've only told my parents about this, but I'm thinking about still reselling as Hype Lounge, but like I'm gonna turn Hype Lounge into a streetwear brand.
Okay, you're gonna build your own brand,
like a full-on streetwear brand, like
good. I think
anything and everything. So
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna be like known as like the reseller, but like I'm gonna have my own like clothing line, and I'm gonna because like what I'm gonna do is do merch just for like shows and stuff, which I have a show this Sunday in Tampa. And which is actually pretty cool because they're doing cars and shoes and cars.
Oh, wow.
So people are going to be bringing their cars. So it's like a whole new crowd pretty much, you know.
That's pretty cool.
So hopefully I sell a lot of pairs. But
yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, with the graphic designer, we're going to be doing, I already have like 5 different designs that he's going to make like in design form, you know, on the computer, and all the graphic designing stuff that will translate to clothing.
Hell yeah.
So I have a few different ideas that ironically that I've talked about on here that are going to be made into fruition. So
hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, Hype Lounge is going to be a, because I always wanted to make my own clothing line, like in general, but I'm like, I already have a brand that people know me as. Yeah. So I'm like, why not just add on to it and just make it all, instead of having to do a whole new social media account, a whole new like, you know, yada yada. People are gonna be like, oh, what's this, blah 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 blah, you know. But like, they know Hype Lounge is.
Yo, that's hype, bro.
So once he gets into like the whole like printing process, because like we met up about like 2 weeks ago at Starbucks, and we talked for like, it's mostly me talking for like 2 hours, you know. And so, like, we were talking, I'm like, yeah, because, like, eventually, like, I want to model the clothing for when it, like, becomes a full-on, like, streetwear brand. And he's like, I got you. I know a bunch of women. And I'm like, that's all I need, man. That's all I need, man. Like, we're good. So, yeah, I'm going to turn Hype Lounge into a full-on, like, streetwear brand.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want to get as big as, like, I want to be, I want to get a collab one day.
You want to get as big as Supreme?
I mean, even a collab with Supreme would be lit.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude.
Like, that'd be. So yeah, I just want to.
You're creative. You got a lot of suggestive designs for what Supreme could do. Just do it yourself. You know.
That's what I'm doing. That's why some of those designs are coming to fruition. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's hype.
So. Yeah. So
that's some hype news for Hype Lounge, boy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah. So within like the next 2 or 3 weeks, like there's gonna be a bunch of like designs that are gonna be made and.
You can start dropping merch?
Actually, yeah. So, not this week, but probably in like the next coming weeks. Because I have to because like my graphic designer isn't printing yet. Like he's not in that stage yet. So like when he is, I'm going to be going through him. Yeah. You know, because he's local. Like he literally lives like 5 minutes away from me.
There you go.
Like I'm sorry. Like 5, we'll say 10 to 15 minutes.
That's so not about that far. Can't beat that.
Like 10, 15 minutes away. And like I said, we met up at Starbucks and we were there, talking and, burning ideas and like getting to know each other a little bit. And I was telling him my new ideas that I have because like I told him in the beginning, I'm like, I can tell you right now, I already have like 5 designs that I want, but like, we'll go with this one first and we'll see how I like it, blah, blah, blah. So I liked it, paid for it, whatever. And I'm like, all right. When can we start doing the other 5 I want? like we need to go right now. Like right now.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So like hopefully this week, like the beginning of this week coming up, or the following week, like I'll start doing all that and have them ready for designs. Cause like there's so many ideas. Like I'm gonna do an overall like design. Like
you're gonna
for
make
like
a collection?
Overalls. Yeah.
Oh, design for overalls?
Is a design for overalls, yeah.
Do it, dude.
I already have a design like idea in mind for it. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I already have like planned.
That's sick, bro. Hell yeah. Big things coming with Hype Lounge.
So yeah, I'm gonna have my own like streetwear brand off the reselling brand because it's gonna just be synonymous. Like you're gonna be like, oh, Hype Lounge clothing, shoes, what do you want?
Yeah, and then sooner than later, people are gonna look at a shirt and be like, "That looks like a Hype Lounge shirt, right there."
Yeah. So I already told him, I'm like, so I'm gonna do some designs just for friends and family, and just make them like obscenely like creative that people were like, "Yo, where'd you get that?" Just make them like obscenely creative,
and create that word of mouth,
and just be like, and just wear them to events, and I'll just start wearing my own stuff to events because like why not, and just do it that way and just wear things, just literally wear one of ones that I made that Hype Lounge is going to be known for, and just going from there and just, you know, building the brand that way too. So
straight rocket. Yeah, 100%, bro. That's awesome. That's awesome. Keep your eyes out, your ears out for Hype Lounge merch. Yeah. It's coming soon. Coming sooner than later, hopefully.
Hopefully by I don't want to say by December, but hopefully by like January.
Hopefully by 2023.
Yeah, like I think January, because like my graphic designer is in the process of
a little spring summer collection.
Maybe, who knows? And we're not just gonna be designing roses, because like roses are like super played out. It's gonna be an actual like streetwear brand.
Yeah,
it's gonna go bonkers.
Yeah, it's gonna be all kinds of different crazy stuff. That's awesome though. That's hype. That's hype.
Hype.
Well, I think we're starting to get to the end of our time here. I've got a place I've got to be. It's about an hour away, and I've got to be there in about 50 minutes.
Oh, you should have told me, bro. I could literally
No, we're all good, dude. I love it. I love having conversations. Well, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a truly 100%
fire episode.
Yeah, truly 100% real conversation. Just like we would have sitting on the couch. We didn't plan it in any way, shape, or form, So I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hear us talking about what we think. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm Drew Gill.
John Gonzalez.
And this is episode 7.
Episode 7.
Hype Lounge
6
Podcast.
plus 1 equals 7.
Tune in next time. We out.
See ya.
Peace, peace.